Now I'm a little behind here, a little behind by a whole day, but just wanted to check in with y'all real quick. I cannot believe I wasn't able to watch this game last night. It was so upsetting because I've been having to work early. So, again, a day behind, but still, what a fantastic win. I mean, you want to match up and play against the great team, probably one of the greatest teams of all time. Go into their house out there in Oakland, because they're the best team with the home record, or they have the best home record out of any NBA team, and go in there and beat them like the way they did was outstanding. Phenomenal win for the Sixers. This was their greatest match all season. We knew they were going to go out and play on Murderer's Row with this schedule, starting off with the Pacers way back when. But what a freaking win. I don't have any complaints with what this team did. They played outstanding defense. Everybody played well. Landry Shamet came up huge. Bolden played some really key minutes. And I think the MVP of that game is Ben Simmons, hands down. That is what I want to see out of Ben Simmons. If he can play like that type of level that he did defensively and offensively, he will become a superstar. There's no doubt in my mind. That kid was outstanding last night. Absolutely outstanding. The way he was able to, that pass when he freaking had it, when he was going up and he threw it behind, jumped and threw it behind his back to Jimmy Butler, that was poetry in motion. But that's collective effort of them playing together, knowing where their spots are going to be, and just reading each other. But he was outstanding. See, that's what I'm talking about with the triple-doubles. You don't need to have them triple-doubles. Go out and do that. Be aggressive on the offensive end, which he was. He was attacking players. He was putting his head down, throwing his shoulder into guys, especially Draymond Green, and just fully attacking the basket. Great win. Collective effort. Jimmy didn't really have that great of a game, but he affected the game defensively. I think he had 9 rebounds, 6 assists. JoJo was a freaking monster in the second half. He had 26 and 20. And even though they were minus Klay Thompson, you're talking 4 Hall of Famers on that team still. Steph Curry is just unbelievable. Not much you can do to really stop him. He's got the quickest release, I think, ever. More than even Ray Allen. But he got his 41. Thank God nobody else really on that team was dropping threes because they can score like that. So no lead is ever safe with that team. So for the Sixers to come out last night and be able to lock it down with those 2 minutes left, it just shows you. I thought Brett Brown did a great job with his rotations. It's just that was an exciting win. I taped it. I was amped up. I read last night or this morning when I woke up at 4 a.m. that they broke the Warriors' win streak, but I didn't see the score. So I still had something to look forward to after work. Again, sucks because I wanted to do this video last night. It was great, bro. It was just fantastic to see that. I was worried, especially with the way the game started off with all the turnovers. And I think they had, an 11-point lead going into halftime. For us to be able to come away with that win with 19 turnovers, to go into Oakland and take away a win, it's just leaps and bounds the way this team has come together over this Murderer's Row schedule. Just awesome. That is what I saw out of Ben Simmons last year. Now, if he plays like that consistently, he definitely deserves the All-Star nod for sure. That is how I want him to play night in and night out. Now, they do play Sacramento, who's been a tough team lately. I hope with this huge win that we don't lay down against the competition. Yes, I agree, Philly024. That is the best game I've seen Ben Simmons play out of his career. The way he played defensively was mind-boggling. He literally just shut guys down. He looked like first team all out there. He really did. And if he continues to grow defensively like that, who cares about that damn jump shot? You attack the basket, that's what we want. He gets ahead of steam like he has and just throws his shoulders. He was great down on the post. He was working in and out of the post. And I do like the idea of Brett Brown having Jimmy play a little bit of point towards the end of the game and taking the ball up. You get Ben down there more on the block. It just, the offense flowed really well. We matched what the Warriors do, perfectly. We were the great ball movement, and it's a joy to watch the Warriors play. I don't know if a lot of people hate them. I don't personally hate that team. I think they did it the right way. They built through the draft, signed a big free agent. It's just outstanding to watch them play, and we matched them toe-to-toe. And beating Cousins, I've been looking forward to. And I wanted to, we got to have to really go back to that, because Boogie isn't 100% yet. You know, he's close, but he's not 100% there. But that's always going to be a great matchup. Before, you know, Embiid was coming into his own, Boogie was the best big man in the game. What's up, Eric? But what a great win, man. Holy crap. We guarded the 3 great. And Steph Curry's going to get his. You know what I mean? You know, we were getting in the lanes. We were switch defense was great. And I thought Embiid played outstanding defense as well. We beat the Warriors. This will change the momentum of the team. It should. They should be walking around with so much swag. We dug right in. We dug our feet into the ground, and we just shut them down. Because, again, a 9-point lead for this team, they could score that in a blink of an eye with the amount of shooting they have. You know, Steph Curry is just God, he is freaking unbelievable. He can not only hurt you, you know, with his 3-point range that goes almost to half court. I think he's got the best handle next to him and Kyrie. I can't tell. Watching both of these kids play, it's tough. I think Kyrie might have the slight edge, but it's pretty close. Yeah, KD really didn't have a good game. Took over the game. He stepped up on offense. Yeah, like I said earlier, Ben Simmons deserves MVP of that game. You know, JoJo was good, but Ben Simmons was outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. And I never realized how much the Warriors complain. Like, Jesus, they want a freaking call every 2 seconds. Like, every time KD was losing control and it was just tripping over his own feet, he was sitting there with his hands freaking up. You know, like, shut up. And Draymond Green, I like Draymond Green, but good God. After every single time, he was looking for the refs to bail him out. Like, you don't foul, dude? Are you kidding me? It's a joke. They complain so much. I feel like Jimmy's a little lost in this offense, especially when Ben's aggressive like that on the offensive end. He's still got to find his niche. It's still going to take some time. Because imagine if Jimmy did have one of his usual games with 20, 25-plus points. I want Drew back 100%, Eric. That's the guy I want on this team. You know, we lost Chandler. Even Wilson Chandler had a good game before we lost him to that quad injury. So that's going to be something to watch. Who's going to get his minutes? Because he might be out for a little bit. So you're losing a good defensive player right there. So does Bolden get his? Nah, you're good what, Philly 024? Oh, yeah. Of course the Warriors are beatable. I never said they weren't. And, you know, again, they were minus Clay. But still four Hall of Famers on that team. Oh, that's okay. I don't care about his contract. Whatever. He would fit perfectly on this team. You know, and if we can work something out with the Pelicans where we don't have to give him as much, if they can eat some of his contract, then I would 100% do that. You know? There's been a lot of talk swirling around us getting Drew Holiday. And that's the guy I thought of right away before all this is happening to bring Drew back because he's an elite defender. You know, he can handle the ball. If Ben does go out, you got a guy that can run the offense fine, but he can also play off the ball too. But what I like is that he's an elite defender, the one weakness that JJ does have. And he shoots 36% from behind the arc, which ain't too shabby. He can score in a multitude of ways. I think he would be a perfect fit. And then you got JJ coming off the bench, which he did earlier in the season. I think that's the trade for us to do. He's still only 28 years old. Again, he is making a good amount of money, but he'd be locked up for the next 3 years. So it might be worth it to pull the trigger on that. I don't know if you want to give him Fultz, Korkmaz, Chandler, maybe Zaire Smith. Actually, I'd probably do Fultz, Zaire Smith, and that 2021 Miami pick to get Drew Holiday. I would love to be aggressive and even throw in another one of our picks because at this point, I don't care about draft picks, as I've stated before. You know, they shouldn't mean squat to us right now because after seeing what the team is capable of all throughout the year, but going up against the defending champs like we did, okay? So our window is like there. We're getting that close, okay? Because I think we can go to toe-to-toe anybody in the East right now. You know, we still have to play Toronto, Boston at home. Fultz, Chandler, Amir, Pickford, Drew, and Nico. Ooh, I don't know if they're going to throw Mirotic in there, too. Fultz, Zaire, Chandler, Miami pick, and our pick for Holiday. I'd do that, Anthony Hans. They're probably going to want that Miami pick, and I'm fine. I'm fine with giving that away. Not giving away, but if you're going to acquire a player of Drew Holiday's caliber, that's fine. I know it's risky, but what do I do to re-sign Jimmy and trade Fultz to clear up? Dude, Klay Thompson is not coming here, man. There is a 100% chance that I know he's not going to come here. He's going to go and play for the Lakers. If he leaves the Warriors, there is no doubt in my mind that he goes to L.A. Not only to play with LeBron, but you've got the connection of his dad playing with the Showtime Lakers. So, of course, he's going to want to play for the team that his dad won a championship with, so he could possibly win a championship with the same team. We need a backup big. Who should we look at? We also do. I think that's our biggest need, honestly. You know, there were talks swirling around us acquiring Dedmon, which I wouldn't be, I'd be okay with that. I would love to get DeAndre Jordan. If the Knicks buy him out, which I don't know if they will, I would go after him heavily. And Middleton, I would like to have Chris Middleton on this team. I don't know if the Bucks are going to let him go, though. You know, they are going to re-sign Antetokounmpo, but I wouldn't mind Chris Middleton on the team. Imagine I would Aaron Gordon, Terrence Ross for Chandler Smith. Ooh. I don't think they're going to get rid of Gordon just because they made him their franchise player. So, but I'd like to get Terrence Ross. We need a shooter. Yeah, Tobias is another guy that's really high on my list, and I think he would slot in here perfectly. Because we don't know if Jimmy's going to re-sign. I don't even really know if Jimmy really fits on this team. It's tough. He looks lost a lot of games. So we can't bank on him really re-signing with this team. I would heavily pursue Tobias Harris. Because if he does go, you know, he's a free agent, and I think that Kawhi Leonard's going to go there. I can keep Jimmy and sign Tobias. So if they play the same position, I would, we could hopefully bank on that. But Tobias would slot right in here and play the small forward position. He could shoot. You know, he does a lot of good things and fits into our system. Now, he's more of a 3, Filio24. He's more of a 3. But as a big man, like I said, there was talks about us getting Dwayne Dedmon straight up for Fultz. I'm not doing that deal, not even a little bit. If we're going to trade Fultz, I want it to be getting towards, you know, a player of Drew Holiday's caliber or, yeah, I'm trying to think. I really would like DeAndre Jordan. If there's somehow they get rid of him, cut him, the Knicks or whatever, I'd heavily pursue him. And if he's willing to play a backup role, get 20 to 22 minutes a game, I on a good team, I think he'd accept that because he's a monster. He can block shots. He's a great rebounder. Be a great addition. But that's a big if. I don't know if that's going to happen. And Fultz shouldn't just be like this guy that we throw in. He should be a headpiece to a trade. To get Harris and Lou Williams would be awesome. Yeah, it would. And I don't know if we're going to acquire them in a trade because they're in the 8th seed right now. You know, I still think their best they could get is 6th seed in the West. They're not going to go anywhere. They collectively just don't have the team to really make a push, and you look how stacked the West is. So they're going to make a final push because Kawhi is definitely going to go to the Clippers next year. No doubt in my mind. He won't come off the bench. He's going to want to start minutes. I don't know, though, Anthony. He might not. I thought about it, too, but if he comes to a good team and they're going to play for a championship, maybe he's willing to back up Embiid if he puts that aside. Yeah, Filio24, that's because they got Dario Gallinari there, though. That's why he's been playing that. But I honestly, in my opinion, Tobias Harris is a true 3 and not a 4. There's no team that needs DeAndre as their starter. Exactly. You know, he's not that old. What is he, 30, 31? If he comes to a great team, which I think the Sixers are, and it would extend his career. He'd probably only sign a one-year deal anyway to go get starter minutes if he wants to put his ego aside or whatever. It would conserve his career. It could serve him for the season. You know, and you're going to make a playoff push. You're on a freaking team that is going nowhere. I'm sure he's not going to want to play for a team that's got 10 wins and average 35 minutes. You know, he wants to compete for championships at this point in his career. So, we'll have to keep a close eye on that. But I would even inquire, if they ain't going to cut him or buy him out, inquire about a trade. He is becoming who I knew he was. Who's that, Eric? Talk about Simmons or Embiid? But the 4 has to be upgraded on this team. Definitely a backup center. I mean, Patton's playing down there, but who knows if he'll ever see the court. What do you think about adding Jamal Crawford from the Suns? I'd love to have Jamal over here. Give him Korkmaz. Korkmaz for 38-year-old Crawford. He can still get buckets. But it's always been a power forward, though. Just look at the basket, right? Yeah, I don't really look at that stuff. You know what I mean? I go off of what I watch. I think he's a true 3, in my opinion. I think he gets bullied down if he was a true 4, or if he was a 4 Muscala. And Muscala's inconsistent. He would slide in and be a 3 right here. I wouldn't see Tobias as a 4 here. Who the hell knows where Kyrie's going? That dude is so bipolar. One minute he's saying he don't need anybody. The next minute he's like blubbering over LeBron with, you know, a Kleenex and a rose right next to the phone. Like, that dude's a whack job. First, he's re-signing with Boston. Then he's going to play with the Lakers. Then he's going to the Knicks. Like, who the hell knows? That's what I think, Anthony. That's what I think as well. Yeah, because you got the connection with Kyrie. He's from Jersey. They've got a ton of money to spend in New York. It's a storied franchise that hasn't been relevant since, like, 1971. You know, I think they're the worst organization in sports. And that's saying something because Cleveland, the Browns, are right up there. But, yeah, of course I heard, man. Where you been, Creeper? That's old news. I heard about that around, like, 10 o'clock yesterday that Porzingis got traded. I mean, I thought that was I love Mark Cuban. He's my favorite GM out of any GM, not only because he's a PA guy, as long as Kyrie doesn't stay with Boston. Yeah, I'm cool. He can go out to L.A., and I don't care if he goes to the Knicks. Because for some reason, people are thinking he's going to create some super team in New York with KD and Kyrie joining the team. Well, that's cool. That's not going to do anything. So you all want to, you know, waste your wonder years over in New York? Cool. Can't really get bullied because he's not that dominant post. Yeah, man. That's a great, great trade for Dallas. You know, you get a little taste to see if Porzingis is healthy off that knee. If he is, you re-sign him, and he learns under the probably one of the best, if not the best international player to ever come over. Although that's a tie between him and the Dream, but I think Knicks is a smokescreen. I don't see the Nets being in a real destination. For who's that? You think Kyrie's going to go to the Nets, Eric? But, I mean, they're like mere images of each other, Porzingis and Dirk Nowitzki. You know, you get rid of Dennis Smith, who really didn't fit there. You got Luka Doncic. I thought that was a great trade. Knicks are allergic to Nuggets versus Rockets. I'm watching that game. Yeah, the Nuggets are legit, too. We still have to play them. They have to come over here. So we got L.A., Boston. Golden State comes over here March 2nd. Wesley Matthews might get bought out. I would go after Wesley Matthews, too. Those two guys that they got traded, you know, Dennis Smith, they've got so many point guards. See, here's another reason why New York's idiotic. Okay, how many point guards do you have on that team? You did just get rid of Tim Hardaway. He's going nowhere. He's staying. I don't know if he is, dude. I don't think he is. I think he's ready to leave. He tried to do the whole putting the team on his back, being the main guy, being the star by himself. It's not working out. He's talked about how much he's stressed about it, how much he was wrong, and apologized to LeBron about it. I see him leaving. I don't see him being able to propel that team and win a championship. Urban go to the Nets. That was one of the teams he was rumored to before. Well, they still got they still got D'Lo though. You know, and they got Spencer Dinwiddie they just re-signed. I don't know where he'd fit in there, Kyrie. Unless they get rid of one of them. Who are playing outstanding, by the way. Kenny Atkinson is getting the most out of that team. You know, so good for them because they've been in the bowels of the NBA ever since they made the worst trade in sports history. Well, maybe the second worst. Gobert, cry. Yeah, I did see that. That was pretty funny, and everybody trolled him. But the NBA don't have a true power forward anymore. If I was Kyrie, I would go to Detroit to help Blake. Yeah, Blake was complaining and bitching, too, that he wanted to get traded. You know, he's a crybaby. He just wants to go to a team and, you know, go win a championship. They all get joined up together to join some super team. I could see that happening for him, but none of them is going to be formed in Detroit. Nobody's going there. Being nice, but unrealistic because he probably wants to start. You know, I thought about that, but again, do you want to play 35 minutes for a 10-win team? Or do you want to play 15 to 20 minutes on a team that's, you know, going for a championship, competing for a championship? You know, he's in the twilight years of, well, not quite yet, but he's getting there. He's not that young anymore. This would conserve his career. You know, I wouldn't want to play with the Knicks, to tell you the truth. I definitely would rather just get bought out and play for a team that's contending. Blake and Embiid, I'm not trading for Blake Griffin, though, bro. I definitely am not giving all that up to get that dude. It'd be interesting to watch. Yeah, he'd get paid regardless, though, because of his accolades and what he's done. So, it's not, again, we're not going to sign him to a 4 or 5 year deal. He'll come here on a 1-year deal, pay him whatever, I don't know, $15 million or whatever it is, back up and compete for a championship. If it works, okay, go get paid somewhere else. But somebody will pay DeAndre Jordan. So it's not like this is it for him. Put that ego aside. He's 30. He's played on you know, he's played on really good teams before. He started there, but I feel like that would be a good move for him. I just can't see him wanting to play on a team that's going absolutely nowhere. It's like a wasted year now. You know, at least Dallas was close to being in contention. I can't wait to sing that when we play the Raptors come the 5th. Because Kawhi will be healthy. We'll have all hands on deck. That's going to be rocking down at the center. Need our shooters who can defend. That's literally it. Well, we need a backup big. I think that's our biggest weakness. But, yeah, you can never have too much shooting. Ever. You can never have too much shooting. Landry Shamet has been a complete monster. I don't know how he didn't get invited to the skills contest for, you know, All-Star Weekend. I think he got freaking snubbed. But, you know, that just shows you that all that shit's a freaking popularity contest. Yeah, I know, dude. McGee is awesome to watch. He would have been a perfect backup. Nah, I wouldn't give up anything for Marvin Williams. Doing the Sixers move next. Hopefully going for a big. Because that's our biggest need right now. You know, Bolden's been nice in situations. But now with him, with Chandler going out, he's going to be playing more minutes at the 4. So we're going to still need somebody to back up Embiid and give him some blows left and right. Now, I want a guy that's going to be, I mean, Joe Bolden's earned his minutes, no doubt. I still see him as a 4. He's not really a 5. And Muscala needs to get less minutes. I'm not getting too excited until we beat the Celtics. Oh, it's going to happen, bro. Because they're coming to town, too. They're our last stop on Murderers Row right here. And they play at the center. So it's going to be rocking. Agree, Ben Simmons played his best game so far in his career? Yes, he did. 100% played his best game. Question, might could be a Sixer at the end of the year. That's tough to say because we'll have to see until the Bucks scare me. We'll have to see about Markelle Fultz, though, because if we do make a trade, he'll be headlining it for sure. So it's going to be tough to say. But I'm not doing that deal straight up, Fultz for Dedmon. So we will definitely have to wait and see. But he might not be. But I'm not just pulling the trigger to get rid of Markelle Fultz. I'll be happy keeping him. Because I still believe in Markelle Fultz. I think he's going to be a problem if he ever does get healthy. Because what I saw out of him in college, I just, the same shit I saw with Embiid, and everybody was trying to give up on Embiid way back when. Oh, he's injury prone, he's never going to play. Well, I used to tell people, me and Adrian, he was worth the wait. He'll be worth the wait. Just wait and see. He should have been the #1 overall pick. And look, you know, we're reaping the benefits of that. I saw the same type of talent in Markelle Fultz. I really, really think he's going to be good. Yeah, he might not be great, but we'll wait and see. I'm not just giving him up for peanuts. Keep Markelle unless I don't re-sign Jimmy and confident you can sign Tobias or Middleton. Again, Jimmy's a big question mark. I don't know if he's going to want to re-sign here, but if he doesn't, then we heavily go after Tobias or Chris Middleton. There's a lot of great free agents. I mean, realistically, I would love to have Klay Thompson. He's the ideal fit to have here, but he's not leaving the West Coast. You know, that's the dream scenario, to have a player of his caliber join this team. We would be disgusting. I mean, we would be absolutely filthy with him, Ben, JoJo, even re-signed JJ. So, biggest need, though, for the Sixers, I would just hope. Because it pissed me off when Elton Brand didn't go after the Manimal. We're weak at that position. He does what we need. A guy in transition who can rebound, block out, energy. He would have been a fantastic fit on the Sixers. Thing about Fultz is the rest of his draft class looks average. Yeah, the guys last year that really stepped up and looked like they were on the road to greatness aren't really showing up like they did last year. Oh, come on, man. Kenneth Faried's not trash. Come on. Stop. He would have been a nice addition to this team. I'd rather have Kenneth Faried than Mike Muscala. Can you imagine for us all these years of tanking? That's right. Nah. It's definitely... Okay, you guys would rather have Mike Muscala. Okay. Well, I'd rather have Kenneth Faried than Mike Muscala, I'll tell you that. Can't wait until the next Sunday to watch the Sixers and Lakers with James back playing. Yeah, I'll be down at that game, so... I can't wait for that either. It's going to be awesome. Because I wanted to face them, and it looked scary a little early in that game, too. In that second quarter, we had a huge lead. We came out rocking, and I thought that was going to happen with Golden State, and it didn't, because we don't maintain leads. We can't maintain leads, and we actually did it against the best team in the NBA. Mike can't play defense that much better. At least he spaces the floor. Yeah, but he throws up bricks. Dude, Mike Muscala is garbage. Lakers will beat the Sixers? Nah. I'm not afraid. And who knows? The trade might happen before they come here. They might have no players on that team by the time that happens. So they come here the 10th. Deadline ends by the 7th. I mean, we might see Anthony Davis on that squad. If that's the case, I'm going to sell that damn ticket. Dude, Mike Muscala's guard. Are you trying to defend Mike Muscala? I don't like Mike Muscala. He takes ill-advised shots. He bricks a lot of them. Yeah, they do blow leads. He plays, like, literally no defense. He comes up with a block here or there, but he gets beat. He gets bullied down there. I'm not a fan at all. He's okay. I feel like he'd be good in a quick pinch, but he gets too many minutes because we have no depth on this team. Yeah, no. He comes up with a block here or there, but, you know, overall, his defense is awful. Gets locked in on D when it be bent. Yeah, Like, he came up with a nice steal, Jimmy did at the end. So he didn't affect the game with his points, but he was really good on defense as well. I mean, he's one of the tops in steals. The average is close to, what, 2.5 a game, 2.5 a game? Well, not 2.5. So you can have a half a steal, but, you know, he's great on defense. He amps it up. He gives you that attitude, that energy. And you just saw how excited Embiid was to beat them. Like, that's huge to beat them in their own house. Kevin Love, I wouldn't give up a used washer for Kevin Love. What NBA team, NHL, NFL? I hate the Patriots. I cannot stand the Patriots. I don't watch hockey, so I don't really care less. NBA, I hate the Lakers. I hate the Lakers a lot. And I'm trying to think. There's another team I hate in the NBA. I don't hate Golden State. No, I wouldn't give up much cooking on 73. I'm not a big Kevin Love fan. I liked him when he was with the T-Wolves, and then he got totally exposed when he left because he was on such a piss-poor team. But I wouldn't give up, and they'd probably ask for a couple first-rounders for him. Nah, I'd pass. But the Patriots I hate, Lakers I hate. I don't like Dallas either. I freaking hate the Cowboys, and I'm not an Eagles fan, so that's not why. Oh, and Boston. Yes, I hate the Celtics. And the MLB, I hate the Mets and the Yankees. Who is the big man you would go after? Like, trade-wise? I'd love to. I don't know if you're just tuning in, Coconut 73, but I wanted to go after DeAndre Jordan. Yeah, dude, I can't stand Boston. I don't mind the Red Sox, but I hate their Patriots, and I freaking hate the Celtics. I'd probably go after DeAndre. I mean, Dwayne Dedmon would be okay. Nicole Mirotic would be a huge upgrade over Mike, and it would cost since... Yeah, Mirotic would be cool, but they're asking a lot to get him. They want, like, Fultz, Zaire, and 2 first-round picks. I'm not doing that for Nikola Mirotic, but he would be a nice addition. And Mike's too inconsistent for me to... Yeah, I hate the Mets and the Yankees, bro. I can't stand either of them teams. But he's just too inconsistent. Like, he'll have games where he goes, like, 5 or 6 from downtown, and he'll have a couple good blocks. But then there's 5-game stretches where he'll go 1 for 9 from downtown. And like, he'll get beaten, bullied down on the block, and he'll just get abused. I don't really hate teams, but hate the fans of certain teams. Harper or Manny? Harper all day, Maurice. But I'm getting sick and tired of that storyline, too. Because it's been drawn out for so long. And I'm tired of getting my hopes up. So, it's just like we'll sit and wait and wait and wait and wait. It'll probably get drug out all the way to spring training. But when I'm down there for spring training, Harper or Machado better have their ass in a Phillies uniform. That's all I'm saying. or for a big man, too, to get back to, I'd love to have Thad Young on this team. I'd take back Thaddeus Young. But, again, he plays the 4. We need a shot-blocking big man. So, DeAndre comes to mind, who's a possible chance, hopefully. Deadman. I'm trying to think of teams around the league that have multiple big guys. I'd love to have Thad. I wish he never got to leave, and the same with Drew, but we had to do that to start the process. So we'll wait and see. We'll see if Elton Brand sits on his hands. Someone will sign after Super Bowl, so strokes. There you go. Yeah, but that's why it won't matter if he's a starter. He's going to be a backup. So if he... that's what I mean. He's starting to dwindle in his older years. He's 30, maybe turning 31, if I'm not mistaken. I think at this point, just for a year, back up Embiid, get your body ready. You're playing on a team that's going for a possible championship. Think it would be a good move for him. Better than playing for a 10-win toilet bowl team. That's for sure. Worst organization in sports history for the New York Knicks, who are a disgrace to the NBA. I'd rather watch the Windy City Bulls or the Delaware Bluecoats than the New York Knicks. Poor Kevin Knox. Poor kid. I mean, who's going to handle the ball between them, like, 6 point guards they have on that team? Yikes. Poor Spike Lee. Yeah, we need... That's the biggest... Tyson Chandler would be awesome. I don't know if they want to get rid of him. I wanted him when Phoenix got rid of him. And the Sixers sat on their hands. Like, you see all these guys that were, you know, bought out and all that other stuff, and then we make a move for a guy that's sitting on the couch. Now, I've been happy with the acquisition of Corey Brewer, but you let all these other guys sit, you know, pass through your fingers. Like when Austin Rivers was out there, you need a backup guard that can score. Why not go after him? Give him a shot. It's just like, just do something, please. After this Jimmy trade, it's just like, we've been too quiet. Worries me. If the Lakers get AD, they would have too many bigs. Well, I don't know, because they're going to get rid of half their team. So would they? They're going to get rid of Zubac. So they would have... Yeah, they still got JaVale McGee and then Wilson Chandler. And then AD would probably play the 4. Because he's not really a center. He's a true 4, in my opinion. I think he plays out of position when they got him at the 5. So you'd have LeBron, obviously, at the point. I mean, he can play at any position. You could put him anywhere. He's a Swiss Army knife. But everybody else will be gone. But they might involve a third team in that trade. Unless they trade Drew to the Sixers. Because not only for cap relief, he doesn't want to go to a team that's got a true point guard. Which the Pelicans do at this point. But if they trade Drew away and then AD away, then Lonzo Ball can go to the Pelicans. The Pelicans could have such a turnaround. They wouldn't even have to sit through a long rebuild. If they trade Drew and AD, they could have a young nucleus right off the bat. Don't have to wait for it in the draft. Accumulate a ton of picks. They'll have their own picks still. So you'll be, at this point, what do they got, 20-some wins? So they'd be in the mid-rounds now, but they'd have all those other picks. They'd be reloaded just like that. They would be competitive in 2 years. Rodney Hood would be awesome with Cleveland. He's rotting away. Oh, remember when Kyle Korver? We didn't even try to make a play on him. I mean, he's a shooter. Would have been an okay addition. I really didn't want Kyle Korver, but you didn't even make an attempt to go after him. Jamal Crawford would be another guy. So, you know, I'm just praying by February 7th that Elton Brand just doesn't have his fingers up his ass and is doing nothing. Mess. Yeah, Celtics are a mess right now. Oh, I don't want Vonleh. No, thank you. He's on the Knicks, though. I think C.J. McCollum's a free agent next year, isn't he? Or is it Lillard? One of them is. It would be a great addition. But we'll see. It was a great win out there in the Bay Area. We play Sacramento at 10 o'clock on Saturday. Well, tomorrow. What the hell am I talking about? I got work at 4 a.m. tomorrow, so I got to get up in 4 hours for work. I'll have to take a nap, so hopefully I don't miss that game. 37 degrees. Yeah, but they'll be playing inside. So, don't matter what it is, going to be outside. That's true. I'm boycotting the Super Bowl. I haven't missed a Super Bowl in my entire life. And I'm not watching the Super Bowl this year. Shit's corny. One of the most notoriously boring teams to watch are the New England Patriots. Watching them puts me to sleep. It really does. They're so boring to watch. Lakers lose to Warriors. Yeah, well, Lakers aren't that good without LeBron, man. They're straight ass without him. I can't see the messages, Maurice. They come up and they disappear within seconds, so I can't pull them up again because I'm on my phone. I'm not on my laptop. But it's going to be a tough place to play in Sacramento because we came off that big win. Vonleh is shooting at a high percent. Dude, I don't want Noah Vonleh. I mean, he might be better than Muscala, but notorious bust. But you got a nice up and coming team there. I mean, they used to be a really awful organization too. Yeah, Rodgers is exciting to watch. I love watching him. Patrick Mahomes reminds me of Aaron Rodgers. Oh, I got you. I didn't see the no breeze part. Yeah, Saints got screwed. Yeah, but they're not going to lose, Dustin. That's the issue. Okay? They're going to win because the Rams are too inexperienced and their defense is shit. They're not going to get a Tom Brady. They literally do the same two plays. I don't know why these defensive coordinators can't adjust because they go over the middle with Edelman or they'll dunk it off to freaking James White. They literally are so boring to watch. Or sometimes they'll bomb it to Gronk. It's so boring. So boring. And, like, they were talking about Julian Edelman being in the Hall of Fame. Like, what? Like, that's a disgrace. Like, are we just going to let everybody into the Hall of Fame now? The dude is a corny. If he goes to another team, he's like a fifth-string starter. It's a system. Look at all the players that were awesome there, leave, and then don't become nothing. They become jack squat because the system makes them look good. And we're going to talk about putting Julian Edelman into the freaking Super Bowl? Or, I mean, in the Hall of Fame? Come on, man. Still can't land AD. NBA has handcuffed Celtics to LA, make an offer. I mean, they're saying they don't want it to happen. Pelicans said they don't want to trade with the Lakers. Sante was legit. Well, that's defense, though. That's what they said about the Eagles and Giants. They're Giants twice. What? That they can't beat them? Yeah, but look at that Giants team. Look at that defensive line. That Giants defensive line is in no comparison to this Rams defensive line. They've got one surefire legit pass rusher in Aaron Donald. Ndamukong Suh takes half the plays off. Dante Fowler, who played on my team, is sporadic. He's inconsistent. And Michael Brockers doesn't really impress me. So, you look at that Giants defense. You had Usain Umanura, Justin Tuck, Michael Strahan. You know, they were stacked. Ramsey line got stepped up in the playoff. Dude, Sue is a freaking disgrace. He has so much talent, and he just takes so many plays off. He's lazy, and he's a dirty player. He don't impress me at all. I think the Rams have a very overrated defense. They look great on paper. You know, Marcus Peters is legit, but Aqib Talib is all right, but he's old. Yeah, he was a beast. But what does Bill Belichick do? What is he notorious for? Taking the best players out of situations. So Aaron Donald, I don't think he's going to get to Tom Brady at all. And you look at the last, now, you got Wade Phillips, who coached Denver when they beat Tom Brady to get to the Super Bowl. But you look at that defensive line he had there, a lot better than the Rams defensive line. Do I want the Jags to trade for who? I was just talking about this with my coworker today. I would trade Leonard Fournette and like 3 first-round picks to land Aaron Rodgers. Because he seems to think the Packers are going to get rid of him. They think that the Packers are going to Favre A-Rod. Now I'm getting off topic. God, we're talking football on the basketball, John. My fault. When will Philadelphia Sixers make a move to damn trade? I don't know, man. I might have gray hair by that point. I know. Great team win, though. You know, Brett Brown did a great job. That's the way our defense should play night in and night out. But they stepped it up because they were on the road and who they were playing. They get lazy a lot of times. What up, Rod? Did you enjoy Australia Day the other day? I meant to ask you. Did you have a good Australia Day? I don't even know what that is, but I bought a Hawaii calendar when I was in Hawaii, and it's got on there as a day, Australia Day. They go for Fultz here, Chandler, Miami pick for holiday. I don't know if I do all that. Awesome, bro. I want Drew Holiday though, man. I'd offer that 2021 Miami pick, Fultz, Chandler. I don't know if I want to give up Zaire. But if that's what it takes to land Drew, then yeah, I'd do it. It's husky, but it might be worth it. Dude, I know, man. What a great... I mean, what time was it for you? If it was 10:30 here on the East Coast, what the hell time was it in Australia? Like 8 a.m.? D'Angelo Russell. You want D'Angelo Russell? I don't like D'Lo. I'm not a fan of D'Angelo Russell. I don't want him. I don't know if the Nets are going to get rid of him. Oh, 2:30 in the afternoon? That's not bad. You think it's too risky because of the amount of money he gets paid? Nah, he's only 28, though. He's only 28. I mean, he's been in the league for so long, but he came in when he was, what, 18? Yeah, dude, Drew's only 28. He's in the prime of his career right now. He's a year younger than Jimmy. I don't think he's too old. I love Drew Holiday. He's elite, can score in a multitude of ways, would replace J.J. Redick, could kick J.J. to the bench. Ooh, 10:30 a.m. Oh, because of the 7 p.m. over here. So the later games in Tail are actually better for you, Rod. That's what's up. Oh, shit. So if it's like 2:30 in the afternoon here, it's got to be early for you then. Those games probably really suck for you. No, I don't want Kyrie. I mean, that would be awesome. Having Kyrie would be fantastic, but they're not going to trade him. LIL, big fish, little boat. Word. So, that's what I would do. My main guy is Drew Holiday at this point. Or if we could get Thad Young back. That's okay. Last I checked, it was 36%, though. We want to trade for a guy like Kevin Love or Mirotic. I don't want Kevin Love. Right now, it's 3 in the afternoon. Holy crap. I didn't realize you guys... You're almost like a full day ahead of us then, right? You in New Zealand. Ease. That's crazy, man. That's what's up. I mean, I got work in like 3 hours. So that would only be like dinner time for you. That's kind of dope. And you guys do shit in Celsius, so that was 45 degrees Celsius. Is that nice? Because we do Fahrenheit over here. So is that a good day on Australia Day? 45 degrees? Like, what is that even? What is that, Rod? What is Australia Day? Is that like the 4th of July here? I don't even know what that is. Oh, for real? So it is Celsius, though, right? It's 45 degrees Celsius. Does it ever even get cold in Australia? I'm getting off topic. Pass to Drew and shot over 30. Dude, I don't care. He doesn't need to be a 38% free throw or 3-point shooter. He could still shoot. Dwayne Dedman originally got his start with the Spurs, I think. He plays for Atlanta right now. Heard the Sixers were interested in him. Yeah, so he plays for Atlanta right now. He's a big that can stretch it to the three-point line. He can. He's a good defender. He can shot block. He's not bad. You know, he played in Popovich's system, which is much kind of like the Sixers. So he would be a good fit, but they want to trade. They want straight up Fultz for Dedmon. And there's no way in hell I'm doing that. 1-3 a game? Yeah, but who cares? Why do we have to shoot multiple threes? He can do other stuff. We got to get out of this mentality of shooting like 40 threes a game. I don't care if he only shoots 1-3 a game. It don't matter to me. He's the perfect fit of this team. Those will move Kyrie. You know they are not keeping him. Yeah, I don't think he's going to come here, though. They wouldn't trade it to a rival like us. You know, they're right behind us in the standings. Boston and Philly should never trade, and I'm surprised they even did it on trade day during the draft. I feel like that's the only time that would ever happen. That's not usual. All right, guys, I got to get out of here because I got to get up in 3.5 hours for work. Holiday would be a great, but he makes a lot of money. He does. That's where it comes into play when we talk to the Pelicans and you talk to Dale Demps, their GM, okay? If you're willing to eat money on that contract, then we give you Zaire Smith Fultz, that 2021 pick from Miami, possibly one of our first-round picks, okay? If you don't, and we have to eat the entire salary, no problem, Danelle, then you get less. That is the talk, if I was Elton Brand, that I would do a deal with. Like, you don't want to eat a salary, then you don't get the 2021 Miami pick. As long as we get Wesley not bought out, I'm happy. Again, both of those guys that Dallas just gave up, because he's only got a year left on his contract, Wesley Matthews. He would be a nice addition on this team. Him and DeAndre. Buy them both out. Sixers, get the net, swoop them right up. Dennis Smith, we ain't getting him. They're going to rebuild around him for sure. That was the main focus, or the main focal point in that trade was Dennis Smith Jr. He wasn't working out in Dallas because of Luka. You know, now he can restart with the 15 other point guards that the Knicks have. He can fight it out with Moutier. Doesn't Jose Calderon play on that team? All right, have a good one, Creeper, and screw the Celtics. I hope you all lose. But, yeah, I'm going to head up out of here, guys. I got to at least get 3 hours so I can make that 10 o'clock game tomorrow against the Kings. That's going to be fun. A lot of young talent on that team. You know, DeAndre Fox, Buddy Hield, Scalabizier, Bogdanovich. You know, they're a nice and up-and-coming squad. They got Marvin Bagley, the third. Fox is a baller. I wanted the Sixers to get him so bad during the draft that year. Celtics beat the Knicks. Come on, dude. That's like playing a high school team, going to the beach. All right, man, enjoy it. It's crazy. You're going to the beach 11 o'clock at night in the U.S. Enjoy. Now it's the weekend there, so enjoy your Sunday, homie. I don't know. He should retire. I don't think Melo should play again. Hang him up. Yeah, no, he was decent last night, Styles Prince, but he's inconsistent. Like, he'll have a great game where he'll have a couple blocks and he'll lock people down and he'll hit 2 or 3 key threes, but then you're going to have a game of 5 straight where he goes 1 from 9 from behind the arc. He'll freaking blow so many defensive assignments. I mean, he's too floppy and all over the place. I don't hate the guy. I just think he gets too many minutes because our depth isn't there. He was awful defensively against the Lakers. That's what I mean. He'll have a good game or a decent game, but that equates to like 5 straight awful games. Kind of like Covington. Remember when Covington did that? He only going to be making shots. He takes a lot of ill-advised shots, though, and they're always from behind the arc. He'll have a wide-open shot and brick it, but then he'll be double covered and swish it, and it's like, wait, like, what is going on? It's mind-boggling. Who got... Oh, Melo got... Yeah, he didn't age well at all. His play just went... Dipped right out. All right, guys. I got to get out of here. I'd love to talk to you, but y'all probably have off today or tomorrow, whatever, Saturday. I got to get up in 2 hours and start stocking shit. So I'm not looking forward to that, and I have to have some sleep. So I'm legit going to finally get up out of here. It was good talking to y'all. Sorry it was the day after. But this work is really screwing me up. So I don't get to enjoy these West Coast games. But I will tomorrow because I'll be out of work by noon. Y'all have a good one. Sixers slayed the Giant. That is a huge win. That's great for morale. We can use that to build off in the playoffs because we beat the defending champions in their house in Oakland. They've got the best freaking home record. That's like when teams come down to the center and beat us. It's hard to do it. Yeah, screw you, Creeper. Your team's going to implode, and you're not getting Anthony Davis, so how about that? This is Kyle Gaffner with the Bitter Birds. I'm out. Sixers did it, baby. Let's see if we can make a move and go to that